Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the best limited lineup that you can build here for week 3 in season 4 of NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. But before we hop onto the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and help me push towards the 9,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, and I would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. Let's start off by taking a look at the limited requirements for this week, which admittedly are harder than most weeks. You must use 13 players from the same franchise. You can only use 1 pick diamond, 2 diamonds, and 1 amethyst. Everything else has to be ruby and below, and obviously no free agent cards are allowed, which admittedly is probably one of the harder limited requirements that we've had this year in terms of actually building a good team, considering that means you have to start a ruby. You're very limited in terms of the cards you can use, and you have to only play cards from 1 team as well, which matters a lot, and that's going to make it a little bit of a challenge to build the team this week. But I spent about 15 minutes looking through the players that are in the game on different teams on 2KDB, and I found the perfect team to use for this limited lineup. So let's hop over to 2KDB and let's talk about that. So the team that we're going to be using for today's video is actually the Orlando Magic, because I think they have the best mix of talent in their cards in terms of budget guys, all the way to great players, from diamond to pink diamond to obviously amethyst and below. And I think that you can build a really good starting lineup and even have a couple of somewhat capable bench options as well for this team. So starting off at the 1, you're going to go Penny Hardaway. He isn't crazy expensive anymore, especially since he's the reward for 50 wins in clutch time. You can get an unauctionable Penny Hardaway that way if you'd like, which is super nice. And he is a very good card. Obviously one of the best PGs in the game, still probably the 3rd best point guard in my team right now. 6'7" with a 6'10" wingspan, 93 speed and excel, 86 shot 3, 85 driving dunk, 86 interior, 89 lateral, 84 steal. Really good playmaking badges, solid all around defense and shooting badges, as well as slashing badges. Has gold limitless takeoff, bully, fast twitch, posterizer, a decent release, normal leaner, and pretty solid movement as well. One of the best PGs in the game, great size, super solid all around card who can kind of do everything on the court, and I think he's the perfect point guard option. I know he's our 1 pink diamond, but I think he's a great card. Now at the 2, this card admittedly is a bit more, I don't know if niche is the right word, but it's a card that maybe not everybody has. So if you don't have this card, it's going to make it tough for you to build this lineup. You're going to have to use somebody else who's a magic wing instead. And I don't think we have, I guess there is another magic wing that you could use, though. There is a substitute. So I'll just pull up real quickly just so y'all can see the magic players that we actually have in the game. And I think there is one other player that you can use who is a magic player as well. Oh no, Tracy McGrady is actually a Rockets player. Okay, that's tough. So if you don't have Mike Miller, it's going to be a little bit tougher for you, admittedly, to build this lineup. But hopefully you do. Hopefully you grind it out, Bam Adebayo in Season 3, because then you got this Mike Miller card, who's a super easy grind, by the way. So the vast majority of y'all should have him, regardless how easy he was to get. But he's an incredible knockdown shooter who's 6'8" at the shooting guard position. So he's got elite size and elite shooting ability. A very good diamond card, again, with great size and great shooting, amazing shooting badges, good speed, somewhat capable defender, not great defensive badges, but playmaking badges are pretty good with gold clamp breaker, handles for days, quick first step, bailout, break starter, knockdown shooter, can slash pretty well, great size. The 2, he's the perfect guy for that spot. Now at the 3, we're going with Jonathan Isaac, our other diamond, which does mean our 4 and our 5 are going to be our amethyst and our ruby. But Jonathan Isaac, 3-and-D guy, elite defender, elite shooter. He's got a really good release, not the best 3-ball rating in the world, and not the best speed, but he does have gold fast twitch, limitless takeoff, posterizer, and bully. Couple good gold shooting badges, great defensive badges all the way around, as well as defensive stats. Does need quick first step, bailout, and break starter, kind of, but for limited, it's not quite as important to have badged out cards and stuff. Having a team that's this good and this well put together is going to give you a massive advantage over your opponents regardless. But Jonathan Isaac, good release, like I said, as well. Really good 3-and-D guy. He's cheap, and he's a very good budget option at the 3, and he fits in perfectly in this squad. Now at the 4, we're going with our ruby card. Wendell Carter Jr. is one of the best rubies in my team, so it's really nice to have a good ruby starting and not just a terrible card. 6'10" with a 7'3" wingspan. He doesn't have great speed, but he's got decent interior defense, decent perimeter-ish as well. 73 lateral isn't horrible. He's got a gold anchor, brick wall, post lockdown, workhorse, pogo stick, rebound chaser, can hit it open 3, couple good gold shooting badges, good gold finishing badges as well. Pretty decent release, so he's got good size. He's not a horrifically slow card or anything. He can knock down 3s, and he's a very good interior defender, so he's going to give you great size and interior ability at the power forward, especially for a ruby, and the ability to stretch the floor as well. So a lot to like about Wendell Carter Jr. for a ruby card, and I think he fits in really well. And then at the 5, you could go with Mo Bamba or Nikola Vucevic, either one. They're probably 2 of the 3 best amethyst centers in the game, or 2 of the 4 4 best anyway, but I think Mo Bamba's slightly better because he's got a better player ability. 7 foot with a ridiculously long 7'10" wingspan, 85 shot 3, 75 speed and excel, 85 standing and driving dunk, 84 interior with 92 block. Hoff anchor as well is so nice for an Amethyst card to have. A bunch of good gold and silver defensive badges as well. Gold catch and shoot corner specialist, couple interior badges. He's got decent speed and he's got a pretty decent release as well. So he can knock down a 3 at a high level, and he's an elite interior defender with great size. Going to be a really good rebounder, super long arms, the perfect Amethyst center to finish out this team. So you got a starting lineup right here that is consistent of guys who can all stretch the floor, defend, and shoot. And we have incredible size, the shortest player being 6'7" as well, which is going to give you the option to mash if need be as well. So this lineup is really, really good compared to the vast majority of limited lineups that you are going to see in this game, which is honestly really, really nice to see. I don't know where I can search by team on the website, because I know you can search by team in the on the mobile website, but I don't see how you can search by team here on the website. I don't know why that's not really a thing, which is kind of stupid, but regardless, those are the players to use. There are a couple of decent rubies and stuff. I think Scott Skiles has a ruby. I think there's 1 or 2 more, but really it's mainly just your starting lineup that you're trying to build at this point. I would play the starters the whole game. That's my personal recommendation. I think that gives you the best chance of winning your games, but in all honesty, I think if you have a team that is this good with this type of size and this type of versatility, everybody being able to shoot all that stuff, versus the vast majority of the other teams you're going to be running into, which are going to be complete messes in all honesty, this type of team is going to give you a chance for a ton of success. And also, it's not very expensive. None of these cards are crazy expensive. Even Penny, who's the most expensive player on this team, is a buyout and is not too crazy overpriced at this point or anything as well. So this is the team that I'd recommend running this week in limited, and hopefully this video does help you all out with building your limited lineup this week. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.